One mistake I see people make when they're rebuilding their life is that they wait for life to calm down before they start moving forward. And the uncomfortable truth is that life rarely calms down first. When things feel unstable, financially, mentally, or just in life generally, the natural instinct is to pause and just to wait, to tell yourself you'll start making moves when things feel stable, when things feel clearer, when life feels less chaotic. That instinct is understandable. Most people don't want to move forward when everything around them feels uncertain, but that instinct can quietly turn into something else: waiting. And waiting can last a lot longer than people expect. You might hear it in your own thinking: I'll deal with that when things settle down. I'll make that move when money feels more stable. I'll think about the future when life is less stressful. And on the surface, those thoughts sound responsible. They sound sensible. But if you listen closely, they all have the same condition attached to them. Like something needs to calm down first, or something needs to become stable first. Something needs to feel safer first. And sometimes that movement just never fully arrives. Life just has this strange way of continuing to present new challenges. Responsibilities don't disappear. Unexpected problems appear. Situations change. And if moving forward depends on everything becoming calm first, it can leave you permanently paused, because life rarely becomes completely calm. If it just becomes manageable, enough to keep moving. Something I've realised is that rebuilding life almost never happens in perfect conditions. It happens while things are still messy, while responsibilities are still heavy, while uncertainty is still there. And that can feel uncomfortable, because most of us want the reassurance that everything is stable before we start moving again. But rebuilding doesn't really work that way. Sometimes stability actually appears after movements begin, not before. There's small decisions, small adjustments, small steps that slowly shift things forward. Those things begin creating stability over time. But if nothing moves at all, stability often struggles to form. So instead of asking, when will your life calm down enough for me to start? Maybe a more useful question might be, what small step could I take even while things feel uncertain? Doesn't have to be the biggest step, doesn't have to be the perfect step. It's just the next reasonable one. That step could be something simple: organising something you've been avoiding, learning something that moves you forward, making a decision that you've been delaying, taking control of just one small area that currently feels chaotic. None of these steps fix everything immediately, but they will start creating momentum. And momentum is often the thing that slowly rebuilds stability. When life feels overwhelming, the idea of rebuilding everything at once can feel impossible. But rebuilding rarely happens all at once. It usually happens piece by piece. One adjustment, one decision, one step that moves things slightly forward. And over time, those small steps begin adding up. So if you find yourself waiting for life to calm down before moving forward, it might be worth asking whether that calm moment actually is required, or whether the next step could begin even while things are uncertain. Because rebuilding life doesn't always start in perfect conditions. Sometimes it starts right in the middle of the mess. If you're navigating that kind of rebuilding right now, mentally, financially, or personally, you're not the only one figuring it out. And if these conversations help you think clearly enough, feel free to stick around, because there's a lot more about rebuilding life step by step that we can explore together.